Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time to do rank 3 worthy Terrax. Cover this. He's a champion I've been actually wanting to take up for quite a while because he is extremely effective, can do a lot of damage, and has some really cool utility with the introduction of Penny Parker and then of course Battlegrounds. I finally took him up to rank 3 myself. I put that out in a very recent video, and it's time to now cover him. Does he make sense for your account? So we're gonna go over some kind of direct how to play him. We're going to look at 4 fights, some very clear pure damage showcases, and then a little bit of the utility that he has. Then we'll talk about his synergies, and then last but not least, we'll cover his signature ability, and then my conclusions on if he makes sense to rank 3 for account that's maybe looking for their first one, like you're really looking for Thronebreaker, a more moderate account, which is going to be a large spectrum, whether you're in game, been playing forever, or whale type accounts. You see where I ended up. So obviously I am a fan of this champion. Now we do have him synergized up. Most of those are very good champions, though, ones you're happy to take along on quests. And I will talk about those synergies, like I said, later in this video. Okay, so if you're not familiar with him, we're going to kind of use this Deadpool fight to talk about a little bit of what's going on here. You're going to see we start with power. That's his signature ability. We'll cover that later. I'm going to be landing hits. I want to stay as close to Deadpool as I can because he's within that rock field. He'll be taking damage, plus getting those armor breaks there. One of the really cool things about Terrax's buff is if we land our combo in a light hit, you'll see they're going to get refreshed. They all just got refreshed there, which allows you to keep them up right now, like when you are building back up to power, and then also allows you to get them to grow. So watch this as it goes. We're going to want to get to our special 2 because it's going to have a really nice power gain buff coming off it, and you will see why that matters. I am still ending some combos in light to refresh the armor breaks. There we go. So now we've got this nice power up, and then big heavy. That's some significant damage. It is guaranteed crit. Thanks to a synergy, we were unstoppable. And then also after you throw that SP2, you should be getting some nice indestructibles. We'll finish this off here. Here we go. So you can see the indestructibles, and then that was a nice big crit. He's very satisfying to play. That was 220 health, 220,000 health there. But okay, that's not enough. You're like, dude, 220, come on, that's nothing. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna show this Venom the Duck. I wanted you to see it with a larger health pool, because the other thing I really like about him is his flow, the way his kit comes together. It comes together exceptionally well. You can get these really nice rhythms while throwing these SP2s. So let's go ahead and see this again. Plus, I know when I first started playing him, I was like, oh, the indestructible, that's purely a defensive thing. And it is really nice for him as a defender. But you're going to see it right here come into play on why the indestructible is actually kind of nice for you and can be helpful with a bit of an aggressive play style. So here we go. You've already understood that. We've got the armor breaks going from when we had the rock field. I'm going to land a light, finish a combo in a light to refresh them. So I'm being mindful of that. So here we go. I'll probably refresh them right now. I like to be conservative with it. I don't want to lose them. We're going to build up to our special 2. You do still want to sometimes bait specials. You can't just go totally crazy here. Really, no one's like that anyway. I guess Kitty Pride. But anyways, so now we're going to throw the special 2. Here we are. Did some decent damage. It's fine. We've got the nice power gain, which helps push us back to the special 2. We're going to throw our heavy, which uses a bar of power, but I want to get the armor breaks going again. Let's refresh them. There we go. We're back to our special 2. You can see the flow that I'm talking about here. Now, I think it's right here. You're going to see me miss a heavy. Watch this. Now, yeah, trust me, it will happen. It's probably right here. Here it comes. I could swear I miss a heavy at some point. Maybe it's right here. Come on, miss a heavy. And you can see the indestructible be really nice. There it is. We get punished because I missed the heavy. I completely missed it, but the indestructible comes, saves me. It will not save you from a special attack though. So that might not have been the smartest play by me, but I wanted to keep it in there so you could see why the indestructible matters and then also be able to talk to you. It's okay. And then this is a really nice place to showcase that he is bleed and shock immune. I realize he's going to be landing the armor breaks, but that doesn't change that the immunity is there. Also, he is immune to power mechanics, power manipulation mechanics from metal defenders. That's not all tech champions, but because of Magneto, we are now aware of how many metal defenders are in this game. Also, there is this cosmic fracture, so we're going to be able to increase the amount of armor breaks we're able to land. But you saw in the last 2 fights, he can get a lot of armor breaks up. So this is kind of just like increasing something that was already great about him. Let's go ahead and see the health pool. This is 7.1. And I think the health pool is going to be over 300,000 health. Yeah. Oh, cutting wire. So showing you why maybe a robot wouldn't be the best for you. But like we just established, he is bleed and shock immune. So let's go ahead and get into this. This is really, really cool. Mysterio is kind of a troublesome defender anyway, which is another reason why we wanted to show this against Mysterio. So we've got the armor breaks going there, which is awesome. It feels really good to do that to Mysterio. And then it's going to be the same pattern here, right? I'm going to refresh them when I can with my light attack. Because of the node, there's an extra benefit to that, but it is what it is. I'm not going to complain. Mysterio has that damage back mechanic, so we're going to have to wait that out. But here we go. Now we're just going to continue to finish with our light attack to refresh the armor breaks. You don't always have to refresh. It's just something I like to keep in mind so I don't lose them. Going to make our way to the special 2, and we've probably added 2 to 4 armor breaks here because of the node. Now we're getting up a little higher, as you can see, but that's something you could do yourself in a longer fight as well, so keep that in mind. And then you saw that there. We should have lost power. That was the power drain. Did not happen. He is immune to it. You're seeing all the immune. He's immune, he's immune, he's immune. It's awesome. It's great. I am so happy about it. And then I think we're going to finish him off with the delicious heavy here, if I remember. I just recorded this. No, okay, so it wasn't quite enough. Let's go ahead and land another special 2. I think the special 2 finishes this off. Significant amount of damage and only 50 hits. That was a significant amount of damage and only 50 hits. Keep that in mind. This guy can do some real damage. He's got that nice armor break, those immunities to the bleed and the shock. And then this is what I wanted to show you. All right, Penny Parker. She's a troublesome defender. She really causes problems. He is immune to her power drain mechanics, meaning she's not going to get power burned. You're not going to take that damage back. She can still auto block and whatever, but look at all this damage that we are doing once she gets her charges up. So we hit in because of the armor breaks and things like that. We're knocking that her armor sync shield or whatever down very fast. That was quick. We're going to be able to refresh our armor breaks there. And this is really nice. I mean, this is very smooth. I do think Venom and Venom Pull might be superior, but not everyone's got those two. Plus, there might be nodes that cause it so you can't use them. Who knows what's going on, right? So it's great to have multiple options. This is part of why I'm so excited about him in Battlegrounds. He's a tough defender that will sometimes require you to take in a specific attacker, but also Penny Parker is going to be popular there, and there's a reason. You can take in a Terrax, and then you can do this sort of thing yourself. The special 2, I think the special 2 even ends it for us. No, she went indestructible. This was the node that was in the side quest this month. Immunities of bleed and shock, and then immunities to the power manipulation for tech champions. The most troublesome defender in the game right now probably is a tech champion who power manipulates you and punishes you for it because it's a power burn, not a steal or something like that. He's immune. I really like his flow with the special 2, the power gain that comes off of it, and then the nice heavy that's a guaranteed crit. You can now refresh the armor breaks quite easily by ending a combo in a light, and they last a decent amount of time. Where you saw there's a couple times where I was a little conservative with it, but I didn't really have a big loss of damage because I went with a light instead of a medium. I really like this dude. I really like him. Now let's go ahead and jump and talk about the signature ability, the synergies, and then my conclusions on where I think you should end up if you're considering ranking, if you've got him based on your account size. All right, let's talk about our buddy Terrax's signature ability here and then his synergies, and then we'll get into some final conclusions. Signature ability, it's really good. It is important, I would say, for him. For offensive and defensive use, as you can see from the fights, starting off with the rock field active and then having that power and having the rock field stay on longer and longer, you're building up the armor breaks and all these sorts of things. It really helps him get into his rotation. So if you're gonna invest in this guy, I don't think it's a waste. Let's get to the conclusions though before we talk about, like, are you maxing out your Terrax right now? No questions asked, right? Okay, let's also then look at his synergies. He's got this nice one here with Phoenix. The problem is it's Phoenix. Also, 3% of a bar of power. That's cool. We're seeing how the power can be helpful, but also the power gain's kicking in, and I think that's plenty. I think it's enough. It's not something that's making me want to bring Phoenix along. Let's put it that way. The Elders game, I actually really like this for the Mordo side of it. It makes him a lot of fun in Battlegrounds and things like that. But then any extra chance to armor break during the rock field is quite good. I know, I can't recall who it was, but someone actually did test this for Red Hulk, and I think they felt like it ended up being kind of a net equal, but I can see scenarios where that works, and Red Hulk's obviously a great champion, so he's someone you're happy to bring along. Heralds of Galactus, when the rock field starts, gain a +1 indestructible charge. Yeah, why not? I mean, we saw that come into play in a couple of the fights, and why that could be really, really helpful. Those champions there all have varying degrees of usefulness. Let's just leave it at that for now. Then this one with Annihilus, 15% attack rating. Sure, yes, absolutely. Why would you not want that? And I'll leave it up to some of the Annihilus fans out there. Hey, Zillion, what's up, dude? To let me know if this is actually helpful for him or not. And then this Cosmic Control. I really like this one. In fact, when I did a Overseer video, I said that like I didn't think any of the synergies were that big of a deal. I'm gonna have to probably do an Overseer Synergy All-Stars because I really like this for Overseer. And then of course, going unstoppable when you're charging the heavy, really, really big deal. I believe we have at least one fight where that came into play. It was really, really nice for this to come into play for us and help us out. The cool thing is I don't think he needs any of these. I think you're getting the nice champion without them. This is not someone where you're like, crap, I'm taking Terrax, now I've got to take along Annihilus. No, I really don't feel that way, and I really like that about this champion. All right, final conclusions. And as I said, we'll look at this from kind of a really frustrating game, maybe like for Thronebreaker sort of situation. You're considering raking up Terrax. To your moderate account, that's going to be a really wide range there, though. And then you're like in-game whales, all kinds of people just been playing forever, that sort of account. So let's go and start off with your 4th Thronebreaker. You can see I currently have Terrax rated in the premium column, meaning like I think these champions are worthy of rank 3, depending on the scenario and the situation. It's going to require a lot of talk and nuance. In this case, I think if you've got them awakened, and you of course don't have someone better, you don't have Hyperion, Null, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Captain Marvel movie, Corvus, or Hercules. Hercules, guys, he's good. Even like a high sig King Groot, I would definitely put you more towards that. Venom, Odin, Venom Pool. I mean, these are better champions. There's a reason they're in the tier above. You don't have them, you want Thronebreaker, and you've got an Awakened Terrax. Yeah, I think go for it. I think absolutely go for it. You're gonna still find uses for him even as your account grows, based on the champions that are in the game right now anyways, even for just 2 very, very specific reasons that are pretty unique, right? We talked about his immunity power manipulation to metal champions with Penny Parker that is highlighted, but she's just one defender, right? Then also his very unique immunity set with, let me confirm it, I know I've said it a lot, Shock and Bleed. That is unique, and being able to bring that in, a champion who can do the sort of damage that we're seeing, has a nice smooth rotation, I like power gain mechanics, he makes a lot of sense. But that's the scenario where he makes sense for your new accounts. Now, let's get to your moderate. This is the irony on this one. I think for the most part, probably not. Unless you just specifically need him for something, but I'm at the end game. I've done with 7.3. The only thing I haven't completely explored everything of is the latest variant, and he's not for that. So you can clearly get through this game without him. I don't recall a single time where I thought, damn, you know, if I really had a Terrax, he'd save me so many units right now. And that's why if you're like in that moderate area, I would actually focus on these other champions. You know, your Venom and your Venom Pool are going to be very good for Penny Parkers, at least the way it is right now. If you really just need them for war or defense or something like that, or you want to bring him up for Battlegrounds, which I'm very excited about, and I think he will be good for that, I can see it. But you really want to think this through and make sure you get the rest of your bases covered there. You want to make sure you get your Hercules, your Hyperion, your Null. I still think CGR, Captain Marvel movie, King Groot, those sorts of champions. Obviously, you can see them on the list. Now let's talk about your in-games, your whales. I ranked him up. I just did it. That's what finally made me be like, I got to make a video on this guy because I don't think people realize how good he is. And I want to talk about the scenarios in which I think he makes a lot of sense. And here's why he made sense for me, even though I've got all of these champions at rank 3. Corvus, Hercules, I don't have Hyperion. No, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Captain Marvel movie is not, but I've got King Groot, Angela, Venom, and Venom Pool. He did pass up Odin. And here's where he makes sense, is I felt like I might be taking some fights, or I was taking a lot of fights on Path 9, Section 2 in War, and that was that hazard shift lane with those immunities would come in really handy. Also, I thought, we might be taking fights against Penny Parker. I was being assigned that, not all the time, but fairly regularly with Venom. And then also, last but not least, I am incredibly excited for the Battleground mode. I do think he'll be very helpful, and also I just flat out enjoy playing him. And like we talk about, these games gotta be fun. You rank champions you enjoy, and then you will actually play them. If you don't enjoy them, don't rank them because you won't play them. And so he made sense for my roster. I wasn't missing out on anything by not having Captain Marvel movie at rank 3. Mine's only, I think, Sig 20 or 40 anyway. But I've got this nice Sig Terrax sitting there. I really like what he adds. He has that unique immunity, and if for some reason I can't bring in Venom or Venom Pool, I've got an option for Penny Parker and then someone I can use in Battlegrounds. Maybe he doesn't make my deck a 30. It will totally depend on the nodes and things like that, but he's often going to, and I'm very, very excited to have him. Let me know what you think though. Let me know how this fits into yours. I haven't done a rank 3 worthy in a while. It felt really good and it was a lot of fun to do it. I hope you see the value of Terrax. I hope you're either like, dude, yeah, you're preaching to the choir. I already knew it. He's amazing. Or you're like, wow, I didn't really know all this about him. I'm really pumped up and now I think I might rank him up. And if you're like, no, dude, you missed this, this, and this, let us know in the comment section. I like to pin those too. When someone tells me I got something wrong, I like to pin that so that way other people who've seen the video can look at it and say like, wow, this champion's even better than Vega told us. There's more to their kit. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.